there, welcome back. This is part 2. YouTube has a little thing where they only let you upload about 15 minutes worth of video. My last one ran 15 minutes, but I decided I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, get this put in my book for you, and the next step would be to start gluing everything down. Now I want to make this a tuck spot, so I'm not going to glue down the whole thing. I'm just going to glue down around the edges, just right in here. And I use the Beacon 3-in-1 instead of the Fabri-Tac. It's a lot less expensive. And the only difference I can find is that this is not machine washable. Well, I would not want to put my journal in the washing machine anyway, so I'm okay with that. And we're just going to get that to stick down a minute. I find it easier to glue the fabrics or whatever to the back of the quote that I'm using instead of trying to glue it to the paper and then glue the paper over top of it. So I'm just going to run some glue on this, get a little bit up in there, all the way around. Now I can take this, I'm going to move this over to the side, and I can spread out my, this is sticky glue, yes, very sticky. And I can spread this out like this and get it to stick down. And then I can do a little bit of trimming. We don't want quite this much. That's a bit much. And I think we're going to trim a little bit off the bottom. Get that all trimmed up. Yep, too much up in here too. And just kind of trim it off a little bit. Now it's still kind of sticky, and that's going to stick through. I am going to just stick this down here. That may stick off the page a wee bit. Let's see if we can slide that over just a little bit. There we go. I may have to neaten that up. Then, last but not least, we have this little piece that I want to put up at the top. So this is still going to be a tuck spot. Looks like I may want to actually glue part of this down as well. So I'm going to run a little bead of glue right along here. Whoops. And do something like that. There we go. Now we've got all that, and that's all glued down. And then we've got this little piece of a poem that we can add to this. That kind of looks like that needs a little something behind it. I think I'm going to use this, a little piece of this fabric that what I love about it is it frays beautifully. Let's cut a piece of this out that will go behind this. So I just need to make sure it's going to be big enough. And this is just more of a muslin kind of a fabric. As a matter of fact, I'm going to grab this to hopefully, well, let's even this up a little bit. If it's square, you can actually fray the ends, which makes it a lot easier. Let's see, we're going to cut a little bit about this. And we're going to cut some straight across this way. Ah, there we go. Ooh, I like that. All right. Now, of course I have glue on my thumb, so this isn't working fabulously. But you can see that I've got a little bit here that probably needs to be trimmed up a wee bit so it looks really nice and even. And it looks like I need to retrim this corner because I didn't cut this the way you really should, which is on a flat surface, or even better yet, use a rotary wheel. But let's start by pulling some of these threads and getting this a nice, ooh, there we go, some texture going, because I know that part of doing a collage is having all this fabulous texture. And you just kind of start with muslin. It's a great fabric to just start yanking and pulling from both directions. You can get lots and lots of threads going, which is part of the junk journal look, which I love. My husband hates it That's okay. He doesn't do junk journals. He cuts, we call them Irish pennants, and he just cuts those Irish pennants off any time he sees one. And I have a son who it drives him crazy as well. I have a couple of sons actually that it drives them crazy, and they just can't stand it. But I like the look of strings hanging and all of that. So we're going to make hangy stringies, and I think it's going to look fabulous. All right. So we've got our hangy stringies going. We have our fabric. Now, I know that this page is going to have the middle of the book here. That's why I'm thinking I want to put this over here so that it stands out. Maybe we should just put it in the middle. How does that look in the middle? Ugh! I'm definitely not a person who likes things right in the middle. So we're going to glue this fabric down. And I'm not going to go right up to the edge because I may pull some more strings later. And then we're going to just put some glue all over this. This may be easier if I put it down. And get some glue blobs going there. I'm going to put this over here and just squish it down really well, and then we're going to glue this piece as well. Let's see. And we're going to put this up here. And that, well, oh, we have our lace still. Ooh, I don't know that I planned this well, but you know what? We're going to just tie all our elements together and maybe run a bead here, and this will make everything work together. No, definitely not. All right, let's run this lace. I don't have enough for the whole edge of the book, but let's run this lace along the edge here, and hopefully I can do kind of a straight stream of glue. And let's try just gluing this where I put the glue down. Let's slide that down a wee bit. And it's just kind of going in the middle there. A little bit over. We want to make sure we can still read our quote. And now we have our lace glued along the edge. The final part to this then would be to actually glue it into my book. I'm going to find that page that I messed up so that we can cover up the boo-boo, if you will. Here it is. And this is just going to get glued right in here. I'm going to just turn this over. I know that the glue is still drying, that's okay. We're just going to get this dried, and we're going to glue this in. I'm going to go oops, I'm not very good at this, all the way around the edge. And I'm going to start filling this in, but I need a place to hold it with my fingers before I throw all this in there. And we're going to just make sure it gets glued in well. That's why I'm putting lots of glue on this. Some of you may use less, some of you may use more, that's okay. And I want to get this right up to the edge here. And now we're going to go ahead and glue this in. I didn't leave myself any room to hold this with. Let's try to get this centered, but I want to make sure I cover up all these extra little threads. So I'm going to pull those over, and then we're going to put our little collaged page right in here. So now I have my little collaged page. I think I'm just going to leave these threads, leave all of that hanging out. That was really probably my first real attempt at collaging. I actually now still have a tuck spot here. If I want to tuck something in there, I could. I don't have anything off the top of my head, but maybe we'll create a tag and put a tag in there at some point. That'd be fun. Maybe that's an idea for a whole nother video. We'll do a tag to go in our tuck spot. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world.